Hey everybody, it's Kevin. Thanks so much for tuning in to Online Shopping My Way's unboxing and first impressions review of the Falcon PEV09 electric scooter. I'll be walking you through a short list of important characteristics that make this scooter a tough competitor to beat for its price point of around $1,000. After a lot of research, I discovered that most competitors on par with this model are about $400 to $600 more. This purchase was a no-brainer for me. Nathan and his team at Rev Rides in Vancouver were very helpful and a huge factor in my decision to purchase the 09. So let's go ahead and get at it. One of the first things that captured my attention straight out of the box with the 09 is its size and quality. Overall, the machinery and metal are very well built and secured with high quality bolts and hex screws set right into the body to ensure that sleek look from just about any angle. There's a satisfying locking sound and feel, kind of like where parts adjust and secure into place, adding to, anyway, my impression of it, of the build quality and rugged durability. It just seems really solid, like really well put together. I wouldn't purposely take the scooter to its limits of destruction, but I do feel very confident that it can handle just about anything that I would normally throw its direction when riding, even through loose gravel, dirt paths, grass, even asphalt. Sometimes the asphalt gets loose. This machine has really been built to pull right through all that kind of stuff. The 09 model boasts a 600 watt motor, which is more than adequate for its job. With a 48 volt, 13 amp hour battery, the projected maximum range is around 28 miles in optimal conditions. Keep the plastic charge port cover on at all times when you're not charging the battery, just to keep the moisture and debris out of the port. You guys will be able to see it, but basically the port itself where you charge has a little plastic cover. Just make sure you pop that back on there after you're done charging. So top speed is specified at 28 miles per hour. I pretty much topped out at 22 miles per hour given my build. So if you're around 200 pounds or less, you should get anywhere from 20 to 28 miles per hour depending on your weight and ride conditions. So the scooter weighs in itself around about 40 pounds, so it's reasonable to carry. You can pick it up. It's not going to be good for long distances. So if you need to get up a flight of stairs or carry it down a sidewalk or through an alleyway or something like that, you're going to be fine. But yeah, it comes in around 40 pounds. The maximum recommended rider weight is about 220 pounds. So I'm up near the top of it when I put a pack on. Maybe battery pack in there, maybe computer or whatever, and I'm riding around. But yeah, it does pretty well. Even with me, at 22 miles per hour topping out, it feels really fast when you're on the road. So yeah, 22 miles per hour on a scooter is different than riding in a car. It's almost excruciating riding in a vehicle like an automobile as opposed to a scooter. So it feels really, really fast. I'm very satisfied with the speed. Both tires are 9-inch pneumatics. They ensure a more comfortable ride in conjunction with the front spring suspension and the rear air suspension together. They help to make it a much easier to navigate bumps and small rocks along the scooter's paths when you're riding. The 09 model features disc brakes in the front and drum brakes in the rear with separate braking levers. You guys will be able to see in the video here, but they've got separate braking levers so that you can kind of engage both of them at will, whatever fits your needs. Okay, so both the front and rear brakes are very capable and adequate for the average rider, 200 pounds or less. I felt very, very safe on it. Those brakes, they kicked right in. I always do the back brake first. I would recommend that, especially if you're at high speeds, and especially if the cruise control is set on. Which, by the way, I've read and heard in more than one place that cruise control should not be put on until you're very familiar with this scooter, because it is for more experienced riders. I've been riding for a little while, so I'm pretty comfortable with it, but I could tell as soon as I touched that brake, it was very sensitive. The whole scooter just slowed right down. It was extremely responsive, so give yourself a chance to get used to just the feel of that brake. before you go put on, cruise control. Even if you're experienced, just give yourself a little bit of a learning curve to feel it out. All right. So the LED display is a little smaller than I would like to see, but it's bright enough when adjusted to the brightest setting to adequately see in most daylight conditions. From the LED display mount, you can set your speed, you can see your odometer reading and your battery life right down there at the bottom. Off to the right of the display is the power button and mode button, where you can change the gear speed level, the acceleration, and more. So I would recommend actually just seeing the instructions provided by RevRides for the best outline on how to understand and adjust these settings to meet your own needs. They do a really great job. I did mention Nathan over at RevRides did a great job of packing it right out of the box. I was able to see the instructions and get started. There was no guesswork involved, so they did a really great job with that. But when it comes to your settings, just take the time to go through those instructions that they provide in the box. Okay. So flaring off to the right of the power button is the throttle, and in my opinion, it's perfect. It's in a perfect position to manage with like one or two fingers, while you've got a couple of fingers on the brake, and that would be the front disc brake on the right side. So the stock handlebar grips are just beyond the throttle to help ensure like a stable ride and handle uneven surfaces without needing to worry about maybe the front tire hitting an obstacle or something and jolting the whole steering column beyond your control. So I measured the handlebars from hand grip to hand grip. The stock bar grips are slightly shorter than those on, like, say, my mountain bike, for instance. The distance between the grips was about the same. So basically the handlebar, the width of it is pretty much the same as a standard bike handlebar, which really helps ensure that you can maintain control at higher speeds. Alright, so on to lighting. Lighting on the 09 model is adequate. It's got a brilliant dual headlamp that's placed low on the front fender to light the scooter's direct path. This will help you avoid potential hazards when riding at night. The rear lights are on either side of the fender, and they're kind of small, but they're quite visible in low lighting conditions, which is kind of the point. It's the additional LED lighting strips on the 09 that really puts it in a class all its own, though, with cool LED ground effect lights and additional LED strip lighting along the front of the steering column and the sides of the scooter. This entire display really stands out after dark. I mean, it's great. It's extremely visible. Personally, I mount my own 750 lumens bar mounted headlight to the T-bar here, and my own blinking rear LED lights onto my backpack when I'm out on the road, just to ensure that I can see well and also be seen well beyond the stock headlight and tail light range when riding on the road after dark. So it does well, but I'm used to a much brighter light from riding my bike. I blaze the trail at night, and I can see easily well ahead of me. So I'm used to that, but I would recommend maybe having your own individual bar light that goes on the T-bar as well, because those two dual headlights are really low and they light your path, but I think that it would be best to be able to see at least a good 18-20 feet ahead of you or more, if at all possible. Just my recommendation. So these scooters are a lot of fun to ride. And I'm confident in my own riding abilities, but additional lighting can help prevent others, who share the road in automobiles, motorcycles, from not seeing you until it's too late. So the roads can be dangerous, so please be careful. All right. And last but not least, please be sure to wear a helmet. Don't go being a hero. This thing can really, it can get up and take off. All right. So wiping out at speeds in excess of 15 miles per hour can easily result in broken bones, bad lacerations, or even death. Okay. So always play it cool and play it safe. All right. Protect yourself. All right, so keep your eyes peeled in the next few weeks for my review of the PEV Falcon 09's performance. All right, please like this video, guys. Subscribe to Online Shopping My Way so that you can keep up to date on my latest videos. Don't hesitate to leave a comment below if you have any questions or need some advice. I'm happy to help. This has been Kevin at Online Shopping My Way, signing off. Till next time, thanks for watching.